Okay, using After Effects, we're going to make very simple but pretty cool effect, simple motion graphic animations. So that's going to be like this. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, first open the After Effects. Then we're going to create a new composition. So create new composition by clicking this button. Um, the screen size is going to be 920 by 1080, and then square pixels. Um, Duration 5 seconds should be enough. So please enter this number. 10 seconds is the default setting, which is good too, but 5 seconds must be enough. Okay, then say OK. So now we have a new composition. So first, let's choose ellipse tool from your toolbox. And don't worry about your fill color and stroke color. We're gonna change it later. And just a double click, and it will have new oval to fit to your screen size. So first, I'm going to change my the name of this layer, shape layer number 1. So select the shape layer number 1, the text, and hit the return key, and change the name to just a 01, so I can tell which layer has which. So this is the first, and then once you collapse this triangle on layer 1, there are sub menus, a lot of drop down menus. So has a content. Under content, there's information about the ellipse, this oval shapes. So first, we're going to change the size of this. So click on drop down menu, and the size is 920 by 1080, which is the screen size. So unlock the chain, change the size to 1900 by 1900, and relink it so we can keep the same proportion. And then there are more options here. Select the fill number 1 and just delete it, so we don't need to fill the inside. And then open the stroke number 1. Let's change the stroke weight to 500, like this. And then let's change the stroke color. You can change the stroke color from here, either here or up here. Either way is fine. I'm going to set up to like a purple, like this. Okay. So we have a circle. It's a kind of the big ring, and then we only see this kind of cropped portion of that inside of screen. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add a new layer by clicking this add new. Try trim path. What trim path is going to do is it will assign, it will maybe kind of cut certain portion of your ring or any object we created, and then we can animate it. So first, the second choice of this trim path, the end. Um, Place your mouse cursor over this 100% number and move it side by side. Now you can see that. So we're going to animate it like this. But before we do that, the top of this ring is a kind of the end is kind of too rough. So go to stroke option, and there's an option for the line cap. From the butt cap, change it to the round cap. So we have this. I'm going back to trim path. So this is what we have. Okay. So now we're going to start the animation. So place your playhead. Let me zoom in a little bit. And place your playhead on 10 frames second. You can see that the number here, 10 frames second. And then in your trim path layer, click on the stopwatch so we can drop the first keyframe where the animation begins. And we're going to start from 0%, meaning from nothing. And then place your playhead somewhere 1 second and 20 frames. Here, you can see that 1 second and 20 frames. And then change this percentage from 0 to 100. So we have now two keyframes on 10 frames a second and 1 second and 20 frames. And move your slide bar. You can see that. So it's pretty cool. So you have the very first animation. Now we're going to change the size of this. So just collapse all the layers and then hit the S key for the scale. Okay. So now my playhead is on 10 frames second here. Click on stopwatch to drop the other keyframe and then make it to 0%. Now move your playhead up to 1 second and 20 frames. So we're working on the between 10 and 120. And now change the scale back to 100. So this is what we have. So this is a kind of a first module we're going to use. Okay. So now place your playhead on 120 and then let's make a copy of this, the top layer. So select the 01 layer and then hit the shortcut Command D so we can duplicate this current layer. And now we're going to see more details of contents and ellipse. And then let's change the stroke color first to this time maybe I like a green, very vibrant, like a Lumi green. Okay. And then also I'm going to change the size of this and the stroke weight a little bit lighter. So from 500 to 350 pixels. And back to ellipse path 1. Let's change the size. Make it smaller. Until it fits. Somewhere here. So my current time frame is a 120, 1 second and 20 frames. Okay. So this will happen like this. Okay. Okay. And so this is what we have. And also, since these two things are animating in the same path, just a different size and different stroke weight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select my top layer and then hit the R so I can rotate it. And place your mouse cursor somewhere. Oops. And you can rotate it maybe like this. I don't know, wherever, which direction, like that. Okay. So we're gonna repeat the same thing on 120, and then let me duplicate it again. Command D. So I have third one. Let me change the stroke color of this. So purple, green, maybe this time, maybe red. Stroke colors is gonna be red. Okay. And then stroke weight about 200 and the size It's gonna be smaller. Maybe like this. Okay. So they are animating like this. Also, I want to rotate this little the red one I just made. So select the top layer, which is the red layer, and R, and let me rotate it. I don't know, maybe something like this. And this is happening. Okay, so 120. Okay, and I'm going to do one more. Command D again. So purple, green, red, and maybe this time yellow. Stroke color to yellow, and stroke weight maybe 180. I'm not sure. We're gonna see. And then ellipse path 1, the size is gonna be smaller to cover. Yep, so which is good. Something like this. So this is what's happening. I think stroke weight could be even a little bit lighter than that. So stroke weight from 180, I'm going to change it to 150. Let's see how it works. And then the size, slightly bigger. Ah, okay, so it works fine. And then also, I'm gonna change the angle of this yellow one. So R, rotation. Let me rotate maybe this way this time. So all four, they are kind of animating. Maybe like this. Ah, I have a one little dot in the middle, which is fine. I don't care. So it's pretty cool. So basically, I just made one, the big one, at the very beginning, and just the copying and then changing just the settings of each one. There's different color, different stroke weight, and different angle, and that's it. And to give some more kind of entertainment, what we can do is by adding the kind of different time, I mean the starting time. So for example, this layer 2 is my green one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select this entire segment and then let me move it to the right just a little bit, like a 10 frames second or 15. And what happens is, as we play this, the green one is the only one starting a little bit late. So that means there will be some kind of overlapping like this, you see? But eventually they're gonna fit somewhere here. Maybe somewhere here. Okay. So I stop there and I will just add new layer for the text. So select your texture tool, select your top layer, and now we can type maybe let me type my name. And let me place it somewhere here. Okay, and then maybe a different text color. I will have a black. Place it. And I can have a different typographic choice. Uh, it's good. Let me center it. Okay. And then I can have some change. So I will just change the size of this. So my text layer is highlighted and hit the S for scale. Okay. So maybe from here, I will drop the first keyframe by clicking on the stopwatch. So I'm dropping my first keyframe from my text layer once my circles are completed like a target, and then let me hit drop the first keyframe, and then size is gonna be 0% at the very beginning, and then let me assign maybe I don't know, up to 3 seconds, or maybe this is kind of too long. Maybe let me assign maybe just a 10 frames second from 5 to 15, and then back to 100. And this is what we have. Animating and the text, which is pretty cool. Okay, so once it is done, go to File, Save As. First, save this as the with the AEP extension, Adobe After Effects project file. Um, so I will name it as a motion. Now go to File, Export, Add to Render Queue. My destination, output to any folder, your USB or hard drive, wherever it is, and then name it as a motion.move. Save it and render. Maybe a 3 second might be enough. Ooh. Okay, then go to, let me check my folder. On my desktop, AE folder, and then motion. There we go. Okay, once it is done, go to File, save it again as motion converted and move. That's fine. Save it. Okay, and then we have this. So now, once you have this, upload this on YouTube like we did before, and then just send me a URL, and that's gonna be it. Thank you.